Topic is account of not for profit concern. In the introduction part, we had seen meaning of not for profit concern, meaning of receipt and payment account, the specimen of receipt and payment account, meaning of income and expenditure account, and the specimen of income and expenditure account, and balance sheet and the specimen of balance sheet. Now, today we are going to see the additional informations, that is the adjustments of not for profit concern. So the common adjustments of not for profit concerns are, the first one is outstanding expenses. Outstanding expenses are expenses which are payable. So it is a liability for the organization, and since the expenses are payable, the expenses are going to increase. So the first effect of outstanding expenses will come in income and expenditure account. On the debit side, we have to add to the concerned expenses, and since these expenses are payable, it is an liability for the organization. The second effect will come on the liability side. The second adjustment is prepaid expenses. Prepaid expenses are expenses which are paid in advance. So since we had paid expenses in advance, expenses of the next year is paid in the current year. So the expenses does not belong to the current year. So since the expenses does not belong to the current year, the first effect, we have to deduct this prepaid expenses from income and expenditure account from the debit side. So the concerned expenses which is given, whether it is insurance, advertisement, or any other account, or rent is given, so this prepaid expenses we have to deduct from the concerned expense, since the expense does not belong to the current year. And the second effect of prepaid expenses will come on the asset side. Now the third adjustment is outstanding income. Now outstanding income are those income which are receivable. Still we had not received. Now since this income is receivable, so our income will increase, and income receivable is always treated as assets. So the first effect of outstanding income will come in income and expenditure account on the credit side, and we have to add this outstanding income to the concerned income. So whether it is an outstanding expenses or outstanding income, for both this adjustment we have to always add the adjustment, because in outstanding expenses amount is payable, expenses are going to increase. In outstanding income, our income are going to increase. So the first effect of outstanding income will come in income and expenditure account on the credit side. We have to add to the concerned income, and since this amount is receivable, the second effect will come on the asset side. The next adjustment is depreciation. A depreciation is a reduction in the value of fixed assets or decrease in the value of fixed assets. It is also called as wear and tear of assets, and if the assets value decreases, it is a loss for the business. So since the assets value is decreasing, the first effect will come in the balance sheet on the asset side. From the concerned assets, we have to deduct the amount, and since assets value will decrease, it is a loss for the organization. So the second effect will come in income and expenditure account on the debit side. The fifth adjustment is capitalization of income. Now what this adjustment means, income may be given and the organization thinks that this particular income needs to be capitalized, means it will be used for future. So that's why few incomes are always capitalized. That means they are added to capital fund. Now since income needs to be capitalized, the first effect of this will come in income and expenditure account on the credit side. Since income are recorded on the credit side, so we need to capitalize this income. So first effect, from the concerned income we have to deduct the amount, and this same amount which is deducted we have to capitalized. So the second effect will come on the liability side. We have to add this capitalization amount to capital fund which we are recording on the liability side. Now students, let us see how these adjustments are recorded in the finalization of not for profit concern. So let us see the first adjustment. The first adjustment which we had seen, that was outstanding expenses. Now assume outstanding expenses is given for salary and the amount is 2000, which is given in the adjustment. So outstanding salary is given, we have to pass two effects. The first effect, we have to add to the concerned expense. Now I had taken an imaginary figure of salary. So salary, we have to assume that it is given on the payment side as 10,000. So this is an imaginary figure. So 10,000 will come in the inner column, and the amount which is given in the adjustment, that is outstanding salary, amount is given 2000. So since this salary is payable, our expenses will increase. So first effect, we have to add to salary. So below salary it will come plus outstanding, amount is given 2000. So 2000 we have to add. So after adding 2000 in the outer column, the amount you can see it will come 12,000. And since this amount is payable, it is a liability for the business, and liabilities will come in the balance sheet, it will come on the liability side. So on liability side we have to write down outstanding salary, amount will come 2000. Now second adjustment, prepaid insurance, assume amount is given in the adjustment 1000. So for prepaid expenses we are passing two effect. The first, we are deducting from concerned expense from income and expenditure account debit side, and the second effect we are passing on the asset side. Now again I have taken an imaginary amount for insurance. So assume that insurance is given 10,000 on the payment side. So this 10,000 we have to tick on the payment side, and amount will come in the inner column 10,000. Below that it will come less prepaid. Prepaid amount in the adjustment is given 1000. So 1000 we have to deduct, and after deducting 1000, in the outer column amount will come 9,000. And the second effect of prepaid insurance, rupees 1000, will come on the asset side. Now students, this third adjustment is very important, that is outstanding income. Now generally this adjustment is given on subscription, it is given on tuition fees and other accounts it is given. So let us see this adjustment. Suppose outstanding subscription is given rupees 5,000 in the adjustment. So outstanding we have to pass two effects. We have to add to the concerned income in income and expenditure account on the credit side, and since this income is receivable, it is an assets for the organization. Now let us pass this outstanding subscription adjustment in your income and expenditure account and in the balance sheet. Now again an imaginary amount is taken for subscription, that is 10,000. So subscription will be given on the receipt side. So this subscription amount from the receipt side, we have to transfer it to the income side, and amount will come in the inner column. So imaginary amount is taken, that is 10,000. Now in this 10,000, adjustment amount is given 5,000 for outstanding subscription. So first effect, we have to add subscription rupees 5,000, and after adding 5,000, the total amount in the outer column will come to 15,000. And since this 5,000 rupees is receivable, so all the amount receivable we are recording on the asset side. So second effect will also be recorded on the asset side. It will be recorded as outstanding subscription, and amount will come 5,000. Now let us see the next adjustment, that is depreciate furniture at 10%. If this adjustment is given, so for depreciation we are passing two effects, that is less from concerned assets, and second effect will come in income and expenditure account on the debit side. Now again we had taken an imaginary figure of furniture, that is 10,000. So that furniture amount of 10,000 will come on the asset side, and depreciation is reduction in the value of fixed assets. So depreciation we have to deduct, so below it will come minus depreciation. In the adjustment it is given 10%. So we have to calculate 10% of 10,000. So the depreciation will come to 1,000, and we have to deduct this 1,000 from 10,000. So outer column it will come to 9,000. And since depreciation is a loss for the organization, the second effect will come in income and expenditure account on the debit side. It will be recorded as to depreciation on furniture, and amount will come 1,000. And the last adjustment will be given as 50% of entrance fees to be capitalized. Now entrance fees will also be given on the receipt side of your receipt and payment account. Again I had taken an imaginary figure, I had taken for entrance fees, that is same amount I had taken 10,000. So this 10,000 will be given on the receipt side of receipt and payment account. So I had written the amount in the inner column. So in the adjustment it is given that 50% of entrance fees to be capitalized. So from this 10,000 we have to capitalize 50% amount. So for capitalization adjustment we have to pass two effects, that is less from income which is given, that is entrance fees, and it will be given in income and expenditure account on the credit side. And the second effect will come, we have to add to capital fund on the liability side. So let us solve this adjustment. So entrance fees is given 10,000. From this 10,000 we have to capitalize 50% amount. So 50% will come to 5,000. So 5,000 we have to deduct, and outer column amount will also come to 5,000, and the second effect of this will come on the liability side. Now since we have to capitalize, we have to add in capital fund. So in capital fund I had again written an imaginary figure, I had written 1 lakh. In that 1 lakh we have to add entrance fees amount will come 5,000. Now when we are solving this adjustment, on the income side, you have to write down the name of the adjustment, that is capitalized. But when we are passing the second effect of this adjustment, we have to mention the income name on the liability side. So the income is entrance fees. So on the liability side, we have to write down as entrance fees. And then below this, either deficit will come or surplus will come depending upon the problem. Now students, let us solve one small problem which we had already discussed this problem in the first introduction of not-for-profit concern. It is the same receipt and payment account. All the accounts are same. So let us solve this problem. Below I had written the adjustments also. So as you can see on the screen, the receipt and payment account is given for the year ended 31st March 2019. And from this receipt and payment account and adjustment, we have to prepare income and expenditure account and balance sheet. So the columns for income and expenditure account and balance sheet, it is already drawn. You can see on the right hand side, income and expenditure account is prepared first, and on the top the heading will come income and expenditure account for the year ended 31st March 2019, the date which is given for receipt and payment account. That same date will come for income and expenditure account as well as for the balance sheet. So balance sheet also heading you have to write down balance sheet as on 31st March 2019. For income and expenditure account, on debit side or on the expenditure side, there are three columns. The first column is your expenditure, then amount inner column and amount outer column. And on the credit side, your income heading will come and then inner column and outer column for the amount. Now for balance sheet also, left hand side is your liability side, then inner and outer column will come for the amount, and the right hand side is your asset side. Inner column and outer column will come to write down the amount. Now students, always remember on the liability side, you have to always write down the capital fund, and capital fund will be either given, it will be given basically in the adjustment, or sometime it is given in the opening balance sheet, that we will see later. So receipt and payment account is given, the account which are given on the receipt side, first one to balance brought down, that is your opening cash balance. Now opening cash balance we have to cancel if capital fund is given in the problem. Now if you will see in the additional information, the fifth one, capital fund is given, amount is 3,000. So whenever capital fund is given in the adjustment, we have to always cancel this balance brought down, because balance brought down, it is an opening cash balance. It is always recorded in the opening balance sheet, and opening balance sheet is prepared if capital fund is not given. In this problem, capital fund is given, so we have to cancel. Now the remaining account which are given on the receipt side, either they are revenue receipt or they are capital receipts. Revenue receipts will be recorded on the income side, and capital receipts will be recorded on the liability side. Now let us see the account one by one. The first one is subscription. It is an revenue receipt. It will come on the income side. That is, from debit side, we have to transfer it to the credit side, that is income side. The second account is entrance fees. Entrance fees is also a revenue receipt. So from debit side, we have to transfer it to the income side, and interest is also our revenue receipt, it will also be transferred to the income side. So all these three accounts which are given, subscription, entrance fees and interest, we have to transfer this all three account from the receipt side to the income side, that is on the credit side. And the last account which is given to donation for prize fund, it is an capital receipt. So this account will be transferred to the liability side. Now let us see the account which are given on the payment side. From the payment side, we have to identify which are the expenses and which are the assets given on the payment side. So salaries and expenses will come on the expenditure side. Rent is also an expenditure which will come on the expenditure side. The next account which is given, that is investment, it will come on the asset side. Furniture will also come on the asset side. And the last account is by balance carried down, that is our cash closing balance, that is our cash in hand, that is the remaining amount, remaining cash at the end of the year. So this is our cash balance, and cash balance is also our assets. So you have to record this 1000 on the asset side, and while recording, either you can write cash balance, or you can just mention cash, or you can write cash in hand. So from the payment side, we have to transfer the account either to the expenditure side, or we have to transfer it to the asset side. Now let us see the adjustments, that is additional information which is given. The first one is given outstanding rent rupees 200. Now rent is given on the payment side, so we have to tick that account, so that 2000 amount which is given on the payment side, we have to record in the inner column. The second adjustment is given outstanding subscription rupees 500. So subscription is given on the receipt side, that subscription also we have to tick, so that amount we have to record in the inner column. Third adjustment is given depreciate furniture at 10%. So furniture is given on the payment side, we have to calculate depreciation. On furniture also we have to put a tick, so that 8000 will be recorded in the inner column. The fourth adjustment is 50% entrance fees should be capitalized. So for this adjustment, we have to put a tick on the entrance fees, so that we can record this entrance fees in the inner column. And last one is capital fund. So capital fund amount 3000 will be recorded on the liability side. And at the last, question is given that prepare income and expenditure account and balance sheet. So now let us transfer the account first from the receipt side, accounts which are given. So from the receipt side, the first account, so we have to cancel, that is the balance which is given, we have to cancel. Remaining all the four accounts we have to transfer. So I had already transferred the account. If you can see, from the receipt side, we have to transfer the account either on the income side, or we have to transfer the account on the liability side. So subscription, entrance fees and interest, all these three accounts will be transferred on the income side. On subscription and entrance fees, adjustment is given, so the amount is recorded in the inner column, and one line is left below that to solve the adjustment. On interest, there is no adjustment given, so interest amount will be directly recorded in the outer column in your income side. And the last account, that is donation for prize fund, this is a specific donation which will be recorded on the liability side. So all the accounts which are given on the receipt side, we have to transfer either to the income side, or we have to transfer it to the liability side. Now let us see the accounts which are given on the payment side. On payment side, the first account given is salary. So salary will come on the expenditure side. There is no adjustment given, so amount will come directly in the outer column. The second account is rent, and on rent adjustment is given. So rent will come in the inner column on the expenditure side. Since it is given on the payment side, so both the account salary and rent will come on the expenditure side. So rent amount 2000 will come in the inner column to solve the adjustment. The next account which is given, that is your investment. So investment is an assets. It will come on the asset side, and on investment also there is no adjustment. So the amount will be recorded directly in the outer column. After investment, the next account is furniture. Furniture is also an assets. Depreciation is given on furniture. So furniture amount we have to record in the inner column to solve the depreciation. And the last account which is given, that is your closing cash balance. And closing cash balance will also come on the asset side. I had written on the asset side, that is cash in hand, and the amount 1000 will directly come in the outer column. So the account on which adjustments are given, all the amounts of that account are recorded in the inner column. Now let us solve the adjustment. The first adjustment is given on rent. Outstanding rent is given. Now rent we had recorded on the expenditure side, so below we have to write down outstanding means amount payable. So our expenses will increase. So below rent we have to write down plus outstanding. In the adjustment amount is given 200. So we have to add 200 in 2000. So in the outer column the amount will come 2200. And we have to pass the second effect of outstanding rent rupees 200. Now since this amount is payable, the second effect will come on the liability side. On the liability side we have to write down as outstanding rent, and amount will come 200. So we have to pass two effects. First we have to add to rent, and second effect will come on the liability side. Now let us see the second adjustment. It is given on subscription. Again the adjustment is given outstanding. Now subscription we have recorded on the income side. So it is outstanding income. Outstanding income are those income which are receivable. So we have to receive the income, so our income is going to increase. And since amount is receivable, it will come on the asset side. So first effect of this adjustment, outstanding subscription, will come on the income side. Below subscription we have to write down as plus outstanding. Adjustment amount is given 500, so we have to add 500 in 5000. So the total amount will come 5500 in the outer column. Now since this outstanding we have recorded on the income side, it is outstanding income, amount is receivable. So the second effect will come on the asset side. On the asset side it will come outstanding subscription, and the adjustment amount is 500. So 500 will come in the outer column. So students, when you are solving the problem, you have to be very particular about this outstanding adjustment. If it is given outstanding expenses, we have to add to concerned expense, and second effect will come on the liability side since amount is payable. But if adjustment is given outstanding income, we have to add on the income side, and it is an outstanding income, amount is receivable, and amount receivable will come on the asset side. Now let us see the third adjustment. The third adjustment is given, depreciate furniture at 10%. So depreciation amount we have recorded on the asset side in the inner column. The amount is 8,000. On 8,000 we have to calculate depreciation. Depreciation means reduction in the value of assets. So below we have to write down minus depreciation. So we have to calculate 10% on 8,000. 10% will come to 800, and after deducting 800, in the outer column amount will come 7,200. Now we have to pass the second effect of depreciation, and it will come in income and expenditure account on the debit side, and on the debit side we have to record as to depreciation on furniture, and the depreciation amount is 800, which will come directly in the outer column. Now the fourth adjustment, that is 50% entrance fees should be capitalized. So entrance fees we have already recorded in the inner column on the income side. So while deducting the amount, since we have to capitalize this amount, so we have to deduct 50% amount. So below it will come minus capitalized. We have to calculate 50% of 4,000. So 50% is half amount, that will come to 2,000. So 2,000 we have to deduct. So in the outer column it will come to 2,000. And since we have to capitalize this amount, this 2,000 will come on the liability side. On the liability side, capital fund is already recorded. Below capital fund, we have to write down as plus entrance fees, and the amount will come 2,000. It will come in the inner column. Okay, we don't have to add the amount now. Capital fund and entrance fees we have to add later after finding out the surplus or deficit of the organization. So whenever it is given income has to be capitalized, we have to deduct the amount from the concerned income, and the second effect will come on the liability side. We have to add to the capital fund. And the last is the information which is given, that is how much is the capital fund. So capital fund we have to directly record on the liability side. So capital fund is 3,000. So 3,000 amount of capital fund will come in the inner column. Now after passing all the accounts from receipt and payment account, and after solving all the adjustments, now first we have to do the total of income and expenditure account. We have to do the total on the rough paper. First we have to see how much is the total of income and expenditure account on the rough paper. So if we will see, the income side total is coming to 8,500, and the expenditure side total is coming 7,000. So we have to record whichever side total is higher. So income side total is higher, 8,500. This same total will come on the expenditure side, 8,500. And from this 8,500, we have to deduct the expenditure total. So the expenditure total is 7,000. So on rough paper, from 8,500, we have to deduct 7,000. So if we will deduct 7,000, the balance will come to 1,500. And this 1,500 we have to record on the debit side. Now this is the difference between an income and expenditure. Credit side total is higher. That means the organization income are higher. Now whenever organization income are higher, expenses are less, organization is going to earn a surplus. So surplus amount is 1,500. So excess of income over expenditure is our surplus. So the 1,500 amount which we have calculated, that is our surplus. So this surplus, whenever organization earns a surplus, this surplus we have to add to capital fund on the liability side. So on the liability side we have to add surplus 1500. Now we have to add all the three amounts, that is capital fund is 3000, entrance fees is 2000 and surplus is 1500. We have to add all these three amount. So in the outer column the total will come to 6500. If organization gets a surplus, that is if income side total is higher, it will be a surplus. Surplus will be added to the capital fund. But if expenditure side total is higher, income is less, then it will be a deficit, and deficit we have to deduct from capital fund. In this problem there is a surplus, and surplus will be added to the capital fund. Now after adding all the amount and recording in the outer column, now we have to do the total of balance sheet, and balance sheet total will always come same of assets and liability side. Students, total we have to always do it on the rough paper. So after doing the total of assets and liabilities, the total comes to 11,200 of assets and liabilities. So let us quickly wrap up this. So students, remember in income and expenditure account, whenever income side total is higher, the organization will get a surplus, and surplus will be added to the capital fund. But if after closing your income and expenditure account, if debit side total is higher, that is if expenditure are higher and incomes are less, then the organization will suffer a deficit, and this deficit we will have to deduct from the capital fund.